Alright guys, what is going on? This is Outdoor Tech. This is Season 2, Episode 3 of the Fall and Winter series. Now, you saw my past two videos at the Salmon River, and you may be wondering what do I do with these salmon after I catch them? Now, obviously, outside of broiling and grilling them, I like to smoke my salmon. I have a little cheap smoker. It's portable, it's clutch, it's a very simple setup that I have, and today, in this episode, I am going to show you how I curate my salmon, how I make the brine, to the smoking process. Tomorrow, I will be filming that. I will be filming the entire process of how I assemble my salmon to smoke it. Now, pretty much what I just did now is you're not missing anything. All I did was I just cut up my salmon fillets in little pieces, nothing too thick. I don't like thick pieces because it just doesn't smoke all the way good. And if you do have some thicker pieces, put them on the bottom shelves of the smoker. Anyways, I just want to take you through the recipe now. I'm just going to read off the list of ingredients. I'm going to provide a little screen where you guys can screenshot the ingredients. But for this brine that we're going to be making, it is so simple. It takes literally 5 minutes to make, guys. It is sugar, non-iodized salt, soy sauce, water, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, Tabasco sauce, and dry white wine. Now, I will get into the specifics of the tablespoons, teaspoons, cups, you name it, as I progress later on in this video. However, those are the ingredients that you are going to be needing to make this brine and curate this meat. Anyways, let's get to it. So the first step we're going to be doing is obviously cut up your salmon, and you need a bowl. You need a mixing bowl to mix the brine. And the first ingredients in this brine is to add 1/3 cup of sugar. So we're going to take our sugar and we're going to take 1/3 cup. This is bringing me back to freaking high school baking class. Here's our 1/3 cup of sugar, and it is saying, just simple as just 1/3 cup of sugar into the mixing bowl. So here it is. Kind of just level it off, obviously. Here it is, just pouring it right into the bowl. I'm just going to put a little bit more in, being I don't really have a butter knife to, level it off, but, I mean, we're not building a clock here. It's just, keep the ingredients relative and you'll be fine here. So we have 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of non-iodized salt, and like I said, if you have the tools, things go smoothly. 1/4 cup. Here's 1/4 cup of non-iodized salt. So we're going to open up our salt thing here. How do you open this? Alright, we have opened the salt. So 1/4 cup of non-iodized salt. Yeah, that's about good. So once we added our salt and we added our sugar, we're going to go 2 cups of soy sauce. Here is 1 cup, so we're going to fill up the soy sauce 2 times in this 1 cup. Like I said, it is very simple brine to make. I just simply went out to the store, got my ingredients, and I am good to go. So, this is going to take a long time. Bear with me, guys. So we're going to fill 2 cups of soy sauce. So first we go 1 cup here. One cup, pour it in. You know what? This is literally less than 2 cups, so be aware of that. You know, this actually might be 2 cups exact. It's actually a little under 2 cups, so. So it's saying 1 cup of water, pouring 1 cup of water in. Alrighty then. Alright, so after we pour our 1 cup of water in, we're going to be doing a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and onion powder. So we're going to get our 1/2 teaspoon out. let's see, 1/8, 1/2 teaspoon. Yep, that's right. Here's our onion powder. That. So we got 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. That's the next step. Gotta open up the cap to pour it. It's so annoying. Alright, that's that. So once we added our 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, we're going to be adding 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. So get our teaspoons back out. 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Here it is. And of course, so much work into processing these ingredients. Jesus. Alright, we got that. And 1/2 teaspoon of Tabasco sauce. So after we, guys, pretty much it's 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of this Tabasco sauce. So I hope you guys are still with me. This isn't the best demonstration by any means, however, it is still simple. So if you guys have any questions, comments, obviously leave them down in the comments section of this video. I'll get straight back to you. And this is 1/2 teaspoon of the Tabasco sauce. And the last one is going to be 1 cup of white wine. If you guys are obviously under 21, this is going to be the most annoying ingredient considering you can't buy alcohol. Stupid. So we got 1 cup of 1 cup of white wine. Again, 1 cup of white wine. Pour it in. Cheers. Alright. That's 1 cup. And after that, that's the brine. That is literally the brine right there. So, I mean, I can't really check this video right now, but if you were really actually focused and you weren't explaining this, this is under 5 minutes. I'm telling you that right now. As long as you have the ingredients. If not, it's literally a simple trip to your local grocery store. All the products here are not rare, you know, like, there's just common everyday items that people cook with. Again, I'm going to go over the ingredients just one last time. It's 1/3 cup sugar, 1/4 cup non-iodized salt, 2 cups soy sauce. Now, granted, I didn't have 2 full cups of soy sauce, so I'm going to see how that tastes. Little nervous about that. 1 cup water, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of Tabasco sauce, and 1 cup of white wine. That is your brine. Once you have all the ingredients in the bowl, where is my stirring spoon? Give me a second. Get your tablespoon. Ow. And just stir it up. All we're doing is we're just stirring up this liquid now without pouring it out. I don't know if you can see the contents inside. It just looks like a big black water. And I can feel like the onion powder, the sugar at the bottom. So when we're mixing this, we want this to just all, thinking of the word. You ever make hot chocolate and you pour the Swiss mix in the water and you mix it? You want it to become a universal solvent. That's what I'm trying to think of. So just keep mixing it until everything just kind of becomes one universal liquid. And once you do that, guess what? The next step is going to be pouring it over the cut salmon. And after that, what we're going to be doing with this brine is once we pour it into the salmon, we put this in our fridge and we let it overnight. Let it overnight or at least 8 hours, guys. Let this brine soak into the meat. Let it just it pretty much what it does is it deteriorates like the proteins inside the meat. It preserves it, and pretty much this is a fundamental concept to smoking. So just add the ingredients to the brine, stir it up, and add it to your cut container. Now tomorrow I'm gonna get into the smoking process, and you will see me live in action tomorrow after my college class. So here it is, and we're gonna, you know what? I think it's that time that we're gonna pour it in. Alright, so once everything becomes universal, I'm gonna do this without spilling it. We're gonna take our brine and we're just gonna pour it all over the meat. Just like so. And yes, this is looking good, guys. We wanna just get it all over that meat. Make sure that no piece is left dry. And once you pour it in, you are golden. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's simple as that. That is part 1 of the processing the salmon for smoking it. Stay tuned for the next segment of this video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Keep watching. Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of this video, and we are into the smoking process. Before we begin, I want to apologize. My neighbor is cutting the grass at like the worst possible time. However, we are going to make it happen still. So pretty much what we have here is the brine. Now here is what it kind of looks like. Now I can't really like angle it because the juice will spill out. But just to give you guys kind of a visual what it's like, you can see that the meat actually turned colors. The brine has worked its way within the proteins of the meat, broke it down. So this brine looks super awesome. And we got our little chief smoker. Now, when we're going to be talking about the smoking process. Now, the wood that I'm going to be using, these wood chips, is it's going to be 1/2 pan of apple and 1/2 pan of cherry wood. So I'm using cherry and apple. I'm putting half the plate of apple, half the plate of cherry, and that is going to be my smoking bowl. And I'm going to be doing that pretty much around maybe 3-4 times. I think the book says what it says: fill the flavor pan with hickory, alder, or mix 1/2 apple or 1/2 cherry. So if you have hickory or alder wood, you could use that. However, to accommodate, I don't have those woods, so I'm going to be using the apple and cherry wood and just mixing 1/2 into the flavor pan. So if you guys have any questions, concerns on that, feel free to comment. Now I'm just going to do that right now as we speak. Here is my flavor pan, and all we're going to be doing is we're taking this pan, we're putting the wood chips in, just like so. Like that, and that's about 1/2 apple. Like I said, guys, this isn't rocket science. I mean, you don't have to be so exact on this. Smoking salmon is so easy to make. Anybody can do it. And now I'm taking my 1/2 cherry wood, putting the other half into the flavor pan, just like so. So there we go. We have 1/2 cherry, 1/2 apple. We're going to be inserting the flavor pan into the bottom of the smoker. Now my smoker isn't plugged in yet. When I'm done with setting up, what do you call it, like putting the meat on the trays, then I'll obviously begin the smoking process. But this little chief smoker that I have, it normally goes up to 160 degrees, smoking salmon. And obviously when we take our cutlets, right, here's just an example. Here is what one of the pieces of salmon, they look like. It's a little piece, it's caramelized looking. All we're gonna be doing, guys, and we're gonna do this for all of our brined pieces, is we're just gonna be drying it. We're gonna dry the meat. We're gonna dry the brine. We're not washing it. We're simply just drying the meat. And depending on the thickness of the meat, that is where we're gonna be putting it into the smoker. So if you have a thicker piece, a thicker cut, put it in the bottom tray of the smoker. And if you have more of a thinner piece, which I do have more thinner pieces in my brine container, I'm gonna put that in the upper shelves of the smoker. So this is particularly more of a thicker piece. So all we're doing, literally placing it in the smoker like so. We're gonna put it in the bottom tray, being that it's thicker and we wanna get that smoking process throughout the entire cut. So what I'm going to be doing now within these next couple minutes is I'm going to be drying my cuts, taking my salmon out of the brine, drying it off, and placing it within the smoking trays. Now I already have my flavor pan set up. Those are the options. Again, with this brine, you can use a full flavor pan of alder mix or hickory mix. However, I only have apple and cherry wood, so that is what I'm going to be going for. It's more of a mild and tangy flavor. And yeah, we're just curing the meat. This is the smoking process, and I will get back to you guys as we have the smoker all filled up, ready to go. Alright guys, so we have set up all our smoking trays with the brined meat. Pretty much the hardest thing about this entire smoking process was interchanging the meats as I was pulling it out from the brine. You know, sometimes at the bottom tray I would put a thick piece, but as I was working up, there might have been an even thicker piece that I pulled out later. So I had to pull like the lesser of the thicker pieces and just kind of like switch them around the trays, make sure that I got all of the thickest pieces inside. I'm gonna show you guys just kind of how I did it inside the smoker. So here it is. This is what I got going on here. This is the thickest cuts of meat right here. Here's my flavor pan. And as you work your way up, you could kind of see from the top. Now the lighting's not the best, but you could kind of see just from the top here that the cuts are a little bit thinner than what they are at the bottom. That's pretty much how I approached things here. And yeah, here's my brine. I mean, no meat left in. So pretty much outside of just stacking your brine meat on the smoking trays and filling up your flavor pan, all you gotta do is plug in your smoker. For my smoker, I have the Little Chief right here. This is it. And I mean, that's it. I smoke it for 8 hours and I kind of just check it. I mean, it might take an extra hour depending on how thick your meats are, but kind of just give or take 8 hours. You know, 10 hours wouldn't hurt. It's 7 hours. You know, if the top pieces are looking good, take them out and keep smoking. So that's pretty much it. Every hour or so, just kind of check on your flavor pan as it's smoking. You know, the wood's gonna turn to ash. So when the wood turns to ash, obviously you dump out your flavor pan and you just reload whatever you're smoking, whatever wood chips you're smoking. And for this time, I mean, I'm literally gonna use only 2 to 3 pans, 2 to 3 full pans throughout the smoking process of the salmon and the Little Chief smoker. Anyways, that is all. That is how I smoke my salmon. And obviously, I am by any means not the best smoker. There are better ways of doing it. However, this is a simple, productive, and just, in my opinion, a tasty way on how to smoke salmon for people that you don't have a lot of time and you just want to get some product on the kitchen countertop. This is how I'm gonna do it. And afterwards, I'm just gonna take them off the trays, put them in little Ziploc baggies, and I mean, in my household, this smoked salmon won't last more than a week because people are always eating it. Alright guys, so fast forward 8 hours later, we started the smoking process at 3 o'clock p.m. sharp. It is currently 11. I don't know if you can see that. It is 11, so I'm not a mathematician, but I'm pretty sure that is 8 hours. Now obviously if you guys want to go to 10, 12 hours, feel free. I mean, it all depends on the thickness of your cutlet. And I'm pretty certain here, just from past experience, that 8 hours is good for the way I cut my meat. And honestly, man, this all started from Tuesday morning. It is literally Wednesday night as we speak. So pretty much caught the salmon Tuesday morning, brined it Tuesday night. Here we are, Wednesday night, ready to check what our final results are. Here it is, as you can see. I mean, obviously with the lighting it's pretty difficult, but first taste test, here we are. I would give it a 9 out of 10. I think next time I'm gonna try a little honey glazed with a little bit of cracked pepper, a little honey glazed cracked pepper. Make a little glaze. I think that's gonna make it the extra distance, but this is a solid quick and easy smoking salmon recipe. I'm very happy with the taste. I mean, I could literally eat this all day long. So hope you guys enjoyed. Leave comments and any questions. Outdoor Tech out.